Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Type in the chat if you can hear me. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to get started. I'm here with Sindra. She's over there. But yeah, I'm your VISTA leader, and today is going to be just a little welcome to you all so that you can kind of get a feel for what being a NeighborWorks VISTA is about and how you can start navigating your time as an AmeriCorps VISTA. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and then we'll have some time to answer questions at the end. So yeah, welcome. I just wanted to thank you all for being here. I know that you probably got a lot going on, getting acclimated to your sites. So I just wanted to thank you for that. And I am in Washington, D.C. at the NeighborWorks headquarters. And we're going to talk about the relationship between VISTA, NeighborWorks, and then also the relationship between you and your host sites and how we all interact to make sure that you're having a good time during your year of service. So I'm excited to have you all on board. This will be a really, really fun time for you all. And I'll try not to take up too much of your time so that you can get back to your work because I know a lot of you still have some time during your day. Okay, so here's our agenda. We're going to be talking about NeighborWorks America and how they interact with the NeighborWorks VISTA program, and then also who your points of contact are at NeighborWorks, the different resources and benefits that can be provided to you as a NeighborWorks VISTA, and 3 main project areas that you as a VISTA will be assigned to. That'll be important later in your service. And the line of communication between you, me, and also the expectations and contact information. So this is a little bit about me. I'm your VISTA leader, and I am from Timonium, Maryland, which is right outside of Baltimore. I went to the University of Maryland College Park and studied environmental science and policy. I worked in resident life all 4 years of college as an office assistant, and then my last 2 years, I was a resident advisor. I served my first year at Mutual Housing California in Sacramento, and there I was a Green Leaders Program Associate where I taught people, I helped teach residents about environmental topics that were important to them, and then they became leaders and shared that information that they learned with the rest of their neighbors. I just started my service last week, so this is my second week, and some of my duties are high-level administrative work and program management, and then also I'm here as a resource for you. If you have any questions at any time, you can call me or email me, and my contact information will be towards the end of the PowerPoint. So my role as a VISTA leader, I am your advocate, not your superior. I am also a VISTA, so we're going through the same things. I know what it's like to be a VISTA because I just finished my first year. So I'm really happy to be back and being able to support you all because I know that sometimes being an AmeriCorps VISTA is difficult, and I want to make sure that you have everything that you need, and any guidance I can give you, just let me know, and I'm here for that. And also, I'm here to be your advocate. I know that maybe if you're having any issues at your site or anything like that, you're going to reach out to me, and then we can work to make a solution that works for everyone. And yeah, I'm here all the time. You can contact me whenever you need to. And that's all for that. Okay, so here's the NeighborWorks team. At NeighborWorks America in Washington, D.C., there's Debbie Wise, and she's my supervisor. And then there's me, and I'm your VISTA leader. And then in the CNCS office is Tina Dumpy, and she works at like the larger level on the NeighborWorks VISTA program. So these are some pictures from my service year. I did a lot of cool things and made a lot of cool connections at Mutual Housing. Some of these pictures, we did a community car share program that we launched. It's the first one in California of its kind, where we had our members, resident members, have access to an electric vehicle that they could rent for free through Zipcar. And then I did a lot of green projects. So on the bottom left, that's a picture of me with our CEO, and it was kind of her going away because she's retiring, and we gave her a green cleaning kit. There on the next to that picture, there is a bunch of Vistas who were summer associates at Mutual Housing, and that's a picture of us with the California State Director. Then at the top right is a picture of me with one of my green leaders at our NeighborWorks Week event, which is really, really cool. We did a garden cleanup and just a general cleanup around the community. And then there's a thing called National Night Out at the bottom picture, and I'm working with one of my other VISTA members that was at my service site making snow cones for all the kids and residents in our community.
So this is my slide. My name is Sindra Kopal. I am the transitioning out leader. So I'm currently here to kind of help Sam get onboarded at NeighborWorks America. And some of you may have received a couple emails from me before Sam started. He did just start. So before Sam goes and explains to you exactly what NeighborWorks America does, I want to tell you a little bit about why it's pertinent to you and your position as the NeighborWorks America VISTA. NeighborWorks America is the sponsoring organization for the VISTA program. We are the intermediary in this diagram. NeighborWorks America every year applies for VISTA slots from the Corporation of Community Service, or the people who pay you. And we then distribute the slots we are awarded to NeighborWorks organizations. This is where all of you work. All of you work at one of the NWOs or NeighborWorks organizations from NeighborWorks America. The NWOs write the VADs that you all are working from, and that's all of your position and the job that you kind of signed up for, and actually do the hiring process. The VISTA, they hire the VISTAs and manage you directly at the NWA. And that's why when Sam's going over all of the points of contact and everything, you guys report directly to the NWO, and then we kind of act as an intermediary between you guys and the Corporation for Community Service. So if you have any kinds of questions about your paycheck or about the CNCS guidelines, that's Sam's job, and here at NeighborWorks America and Debbie Wise's job. So they kind of help connect you guys. And we also provide some support to you in other ways like education, networking, and answer some of your burning questions about the administration of VISTA. Now Sam's going to do a brief overview of NeighborWorks America.
Okay, so NeighborWorks receives unrestricted funds appropriated from Congress, and then also funds from donors and grants. And we use this funding to establish and vet a network of community development corporations and community development financial institutions. So NeighborWorks, with several affiliated capital corporations, we build partnerships and then develop loan products and support financial vehicles that expand affordable housing and opportunities nationwide. So yeah, we work, basically all of you will be working with affordable housing, and there's different areas that you'll all be involved with, things like financial or housing stability and things like that. So that's what we do. Our mission is to create opportunities for people to live in affordable homes, improve their lives, and strengthen their communities. So all of you are at NeighborWorks organizations, and we believe that community challenges are best solved at the community level, and that's why we provide supports to organizations like yours. And this ensures that NeighborWorks America's efforts are far-reaching and serve both rural and urban communities, and approximately 1/3 of our NWOs serve in rural communities. And each aspiring organization is assessed before it's charted into the network, and then they are audited regularly to make sure that know they're in compliance with everything that we do. So the VISTA program goal is to do like capacity building. So through NeighborWorks, you're going to have 3 different program areas that you'll be involved with. So there's financial literacy, housing, and employment. And these will be identified in your VADs. And this right now might be kind of confusing, but it'll be important later on in your service year. So if you're confused about where your project falls, you can talk to me or consult with your supervisor. There's going to be a reporting tool that you all will use, and that's where these kind of project areas come into play. So I will be hosting another webinar probably later this month or next month to kind of go through what that reporting tool is, and your supervisors will also get a training on that. So this is a map of where all of you are. Right now, there are 73 of you, NeighborWorks Vistas, at 54 subsites in 28 states. We work on a variety of different projects in community stabilization and revitalization, home ownership, foreclosure prevention, financial capabilities, and building evaluation and measurement capacity. So activities you may be participating in include marketing, outreach, fundraising or grant writing, recruiting volunteers, and training volunteers. And I encourage you to take advantage of all the different resources that we can provide to you, and I'll be sending out some information about people who have similar projects to you in like a VISTA contact sheet. So you all should get connected so that you can work together and try to solve some of your problems.
We're going back to this slide really quickly to reiterate the program design. The mission of AmeriCorps VISTA is to alleviate poverty. They provide you with your living allowance, the VMSU, benefits, training, and the VISTA campus. The VMSU is that hotline number that Sam has shared and that we will be sharing in emails to you guys. The mission of the overall NeighborWorks program is to create opportunities for people to live in affordable housing, improve their lives, and strengthen their communities. NeighborWorks provides you with VISTA leaders and education in the focus areas that we previously mentioned. Your host site, the NWO, provides you with a site supervisor, project management, and support, professional and career development.
So these are some VISTA accomplishments over the past year. This is from like 2009 to right now. So over $41 million in cash resources we've accrued, and then also $4 million in non-cash resources. Almost 56,000 households with mortgage intervention and support. A little bit over 21,000 families that are saved from foreclosure, and we build the financial fitness and asset building capacity around 44,000 individuals in underserved communities, and we recruited a little bit below 54,000 volunteers, and they've served 364,000 hours in their community. So we've got some big shoes to fill, but I'm confident that all of you have the skills and drive to continue to make our NeighborWorks VISTA program thrive and flourish. So this is about you in the NeighborWorks program. There's a bunch of different opportunities for you to get some cool benefits. We're gonna have webinars like this that relate to your VISTA projects. And there's the NeighborWorks Training Institute. We encourage you all to come to the DC NeighborWorks Institute. That's where most of the VISTAs come. It's really, really cool. It's a week-long Training Institute. You get to take classes with meet other Vistas, and there's other people in the field. And then there's free e-learning classes. Some of you have already asked about this, but I will be sending out the codes for the e-learning classes. They're for Vistas only, so don't share them with anyone else. But I definitely took a lot of those before I started really getting a lot of activities to do at my service site. So those are really cool. And then we'll have things for NeighborWorks from experts in the field. So that'll be cool. And then there's also more resources. I was really good about looking up for like different trainings and stuff when I was a Vista. So if there is anything that you're looking for, I can probably help you find that. If you're just looking for like classes or webinars or things to take, because those are really helpful if you're like not really sure what you're needing to be doing at your site if you have some downtime. So yeah, I was talking a little bit about the NTI. It's a week-long conference with a bunch of courses and workshops and panels and networking opportunities. Like I said, the DC NTI is where the highest number of Vistas attend, and it's in December. So it's really cool. I met a lot of cool people, and I still am in contact with people that I met at NTI. So definitely work with your site to be able to come. And the courses are in the areas of community and neighborhood revitalization, economic development, community engagement, management and leadership, affordable housing, and more. And those are all different things that will help you during your service term. And then here's some information about the e-learning courses. Like I said, I'll send you the codes that are just for Vistas. And some of the courses that you can take are also offered at NTI. So if there's something you're interested in, make sure you look both ways on the e-learning courses or at the NTI sheet so that you can take the classes that are important to you. And on the slide, you can see some of the different courses that we offer: Introduction to Affordable Rental Housing Development, Fundamentals of Asset Management, Foreclosure Basics, Marketing Your Programs and Organizations. And using these e-learning courses really does help because it's not necessarily information that your site can give you, but it's something that's available to you. So I definitely take advantage of that. So here's our communication plan. You're the boots on the ground. You're the first line of contact for problems is your host site. So before you come to me, you're going to go to your host site. And if that's insufficient, then you communicate with me, and then I communicate up to CNCS. And that's the same thing with reporting. So you'll submit your reports to your site supervisor, then they'll submit them to NeighborWorks, and then we submit them up to CNCS. So these are the key players for your NeighborWorks program. So first is your site supervisor. That's the person that you should be meeting with regularly and talking about your project goals and things like that. Then there's me, and I'm your mentor. I can help guide you through your service, and I, like I said, connect you between NeighborWorks and CNCS. And I also provide you with a lot of resources, and then I do a lot of administrative work. Then there's Debbie Wise, who is my supervisor, and she is responsible for the program management at NeighborWorks America. And then there's Tina Dunphy, who's in the Ohio State office, and she works with Debbie to kind of deal with all the administrative stuff, and she talks between NeighborWorks and CNCS as well. So here's the communication plan. I will be able to contact you in a bunch of different ways. I'll send you emails. I'll be reaching out to you via phone to get updates about you and your service. There's also a NeighborWorks Facebook page. We'll be hosting webinars like this one. I'll be sending out some surveys. There's a couple that are going to be coming out to you after this. So look out for those. And then there's the meetings at the NTIs. We can have meetups. And then I'll also be reaching out to you, asking for stories and pictures and things like that. Today is actually a National Day of Service for 9/11. So if you did any service, I'd love to get pictures from you or stories from you if you were able to do anything at your service site. And then also, I'll be conducting site visits. So maybe some of you I'll be able to come see at your sites and see the work that you're doing there. Here are some expectations of you. It's important for you to read and respond to your emails. Also, read your NeighborWorks VISTA handbook. I sent that out in my welcome email. If you lost it or anything and you need to get another copy of it, just reach out to me and I can send it to you. Email me with any of your questions or concerns. And if you're having difficulties, you can call me as well. Call me just to say hello, call me to tell me your success stories, but also if you are having any problems, you can definitely call me for that too. And also there's going to be the NeighborWorks VISTA Facebook page, which you can post on, and you should like that. Then there's webinars that you should participate in like this. And then we'll have meet and greets at NTIs, which you're invited and encouraged to go to. And then National Days of Service, like I just said, there was one today. So if you were able to do anything for that, just let me know so I can, highlight you and showcase all the good work that you've done. And then also respond to the surveys that I send out. Here's my contact information. Then, like I said earlier, I'll send out a list of the VISTA contacts so you all can understand what each other's projects are. And then also I will be calling you in a couple weeks to just go over what your service has been like so far, answer any questions you might have, and things like that, just to check on everything. And then this is something that's really important. We still need to get your fingerprints if you haven't turned them in already. They're due by September 27th, but that means they have to be in DC. So it's a huge priority for you to get it out by the end of the week. There is a cost associated with it, but all VISTAs will get $25 added to their first paycheck to offset that, and make sure that you send them out, because otherwise you're subject to be terminated. So that's it. If you have any questions that you have been asking in the chat that weren't answered, I think I can unmute your lines if you have anything. Yeah, so.
So for the one question, I have a question in regards to the income disregard letter. Would you be my point of contact, Sam? So your income disregard letter is right on your AmeriCorps portal. So when you log in to your My AmeriCorps portal, on the left-hand side, there's one that says service letters. That should be available to you by now. I know that there was a little bit of a mishap with some VISTAs getting paid, not this past Thursday, but they're going to get paid in 2 weeks. So if your income disregard letter is not available, you are in that category, and you should contact the hotline, the VMSU. And try to get them to update that. But most people should be available though, on the left-hand side when it says My Service Letter. Will we receive a confirmation email or something so that you got them for fingerprints? I think this is. I sent them the first week, but want to make sure. Okay, you got there for fingerprints. So for fingerprints, you're not going to receive a letter. Debbie in the next couple weeks will send out a master sheet to supervisors who have not received your fingerprints. So if you're not on that list, you are good. We don't know yet because we don't receive them directly here at NeighborWorks America. They go through CNCS and then to the FBI and then back to CNCS, and then CNCS sends us a master list. So it is a process, and it's going to be at least 30 days after your start date that we know anything. So at that point, we will contact you if you have not turned them in, or if we don't have them on record, or if they didn't arrive, or if something happened administratively. Since I'm serving a second term at the same place, do I need to have my fingerprints redone? So no, you don't have to have your fingerprints redone, but just keep in mind that you are going to want to re-sign up for the health benefits and do everything else for a new service term. So you're going to want to select your end of service stipend or education award, your end of service benefit if you haven't already, and make sure you do that health plan as soon as possible, because it's a lot easier to do it before 30 days than after. After 30 days, you're going to have to go through a much longer process, like I did, of submitting paperwork and getting back paid for that. Hello, I did not get a tracker number. Is there a contact number I can call to see if it has been received? The fingerprints, there's really not. Sam will double check with Debbie. Maybe there is a way, but I know that it's going to take a while for them to even know if it has been received, because it has to go through a really long process. There is no confirmation for receipt of fingerprint kits. You will, okay. You only hear from us or CNCS if they were not received. So Debbie answered that question. I didn't see it. Sorry about that. Otherwise, assume all is okay. My member number still isn't working on the IMG website. Are there some people who have been approved yet, or should I call the VMSU? I would call the VMSU. You can also contact, so that happened to me my first year, and I just called the IMG website contact number, and they were able to get it sorted out for me. But if that does, so I would try that first. I would try the IMG website first. As soon as you log into the website, there's like a contact number that you can click on and then call them directly. If it is, in fact, if they don't have your number on file, then definitely contact the VMSU. But a lot of times they just haven't updated their system yet, but they can see that you are in their system. May I please get the VMSU hotline? Can you go ahead and put that in?
Yeah, my, oh.
Okay, I will get that to you in 1 second.
Sorry, my computer, I got it.
Okay. I just checked under service letter and it's still not working. Okay, so if your service letter still isn't working, definitely contact the VMSU. They should be able to expedite that process. Okay, IMG said there wasn't anything that they could do. Yeah, then definitely contact the VMSU. They must not have updated the numbers yet. And it might be associated, honestly, to that pay thing, because they don't put you in the system until the Friday before your first paycheck. So definitely contact that national service hotline that Sam just put up. I can get on Vista Campus, but not Vista Classroom.
So, Philip, are you in the PSO blend? Because I think that's what you're asking about. You should, let me see, because because I think I had problems with that as well when I was in PSO blend. But you should be able to be getting emails from like your instructor. Oh.
So yeah, so if you're in PSO waived, those are just the 3 webinars. You actually don't even have to get into any of the PSO stuff. We are going to send out a quiz to everyone because, so backstory, usually there's just like 2 categories. Either you get approved for in-person PSO, which is very rare, or you have the PSO blend. This year, what happened was they ran out of spots in PSO blend. They didn't hold our spots that they hold every year. So we have a new category this year called PSO waived, and that was to make sure that you guys could start right away and not have to wait until September. So in order to get you guys to start right away when you were promised a start date, we have a new category called PSO waived, and if you're in that category, you're not going to be able to get into Vista Classroom. But Philip Waitley, we will check on that, and Sam will get back to you to make sure that you are indeed in that category. and that you don't need to get into VISTA Classroom. Are there any other questions? Okay, well, great. It was great talking to all of you. If you have any other questions or if you have any other last minute thoughts, feel free to email Sam. And there you go, at sauter@nw.org. I'll give everybody like a minute before we close down to copy that down, because when we close down, you're not going to be able to see that. So will the PSO blend be delayed, or will not have it all? You will not have it at all. You should, though, if it is waived, if you're in that category, your supervisor should know. And then also, you should be getting emails to your personal email that was on file with NeighborWorks America when you filled out your application from Sarah Brady. A lot of you actually, I mean, it's a great time to mention it. So I think she sent out 3 webinars so far, and I think that's going to be it. And you have to email me confirming that you watched it, and then we are tracking that down as we go. And then later next week, or in the next couple weeks, you'll receive an email with me if I haven't received an email confirming that you watched them, asking you to please go on the YouTube link that she sent out and confirm that you watched it. And then Sam's also going to put together like a quick little it's going to be on Survey Gizmo, since to be set up as a quiz, but it's not really a quiz. It's just to like make sure that you guys know the major VISTA regulations, because you're not getting that more one-on-one. It's still not one-on-one, but more one-on-one VISTA blend experience. When do we get VISTA shirts? Okay, so if you haven't got your VISTA shirt, please contact the VMSU. They send all of that out. So it's that hotline number that Sam gave you. And then when you call, there'll be like 8 options. You want the currently serving AmeriCorps VISTA option. I think it's like 5 or 6. And then make sure that they're sending it either to your current address or your host site, because if you did relocate, they may automatically send it to your home of residence, which may not be ideal for everyone. So if your home of residence is different, make sure you confirm where they are shipping it to when you call. Okay, great. You want to wrap it up, Sam?
Yeah, so thank you so much for attending this webinar. I will be sending up a follow-up email with the PowerPoint, and also there's going to be a recording of this webinar. And I'll also include some of the things like the VMSU number in there in case you didn't catch it. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. You have my email. And yeah, so thank you for that. And also there will be some surveys coming out, like a demographic survey and a contact survey. Now that most of you have started, there's a couple other VISTA members that are starting tomorrow. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. And thank you for coming to the webinar.
And just one more thing. Your emails are going to their personal emails right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now your emails are going to the personal because we didn't have everybody's work email on file. But in the next couple of weeks, they will switch to your work email, just so you guys are aware. So check that if you haven't been getting the emails.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, wait. Do we have to?
Oh, we have questions?
Yeah. Do we have to email notifying that we attended the webinar, or are you all set? So this webinar, you don't have to notify that you are attending. Just those people in that weird PSO blend waived category, those are the only webinars you have to email about.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.